Hi, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your January 11th, 2024 new moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it helps this channel get seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so very much for doing so. So, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. So, we have the Ten of Swords reversed. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Is that the Knight or the King? The King of Pentacles. I find this font just a little bit hard. So the King of Pentacles, which is awesome. We have the Four of Swords reversed. We have the Emperor reversed, which is interesting. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. And we have the Page of Cups. So if we have water sign energy in our chart, that's going to be a real teacher for us during this time. Also, inwardly, our hearts are saying, hey, listen to me. Listen to me. Let us show up together. And that's going to be a very powerful thing for us. If we have fire sign energy in our charts, not fire sign energy, Aries energy, which is a fire sign energy in our charts, that's coming through very, very powerfully. Now, it can trip us up. So just being aware of this, also being aware of Mercury in the night sky being very intense for us, not in that positive, fiery, spitfire type of way, but in a little bit more of a combative way. So just be mindful about this during this time. If we have Aries energies in our lives, they might be testing our buttons, pushing our buttons a bit more than we would like them to. So that's also going to be super important to know. With the Ten of Swords reverse, we're having all the swords fall out. So in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this is a person laid prostrate on the ground with 10 swords stabbed in their back. It's overkill. So we can have this bit of the sense of overkill, a bit of a drama llama situation going on, definitely. And we're going to see that releasing. So there's going to be a sense that up to this new moon, we have had really intense emotions. We've kind of been all over the place. And now we're going to see that there's a release that's coming forward, which is very good. Also, because as Capricorn energies, we don't like our emotions to be all over the place. It feels very unsettling for us. It is very unsettling for a Capricorn energy not to have things a little bit more structured. So when we have our emotions coming at us a bit like a flaming torch, it's a bit too much. Let me just see. I don't think this is quite straight, and I do apologize for that. Let me see if I can fix my camera just a little bit. Maybe Spirit is saying, okay, close enough is good enough. Okay, there, that's good. We don't want to make anything too wacky. All right. And then with the Four of Swords, you have to rest. You have to rest. It's just going to be so important, Capricorn, during this time from new moon to new moon. It's not from new moon to full moon. It's going to be from new moon to new moon. Make sure that you are resting. Make sure you're getting plenty of sleep. Make sure that even if you're trying, even if you know, okay, I'm not there yet, but if you're trying to match your own body's rhythm, like your own waking rhythm, sleep cycle rhythm to the sun, that would be so important. I was reading this article about how you shouldn't eat when it's dark. Now, in the Northern Hemisphere, when it gets dark at 4, that could be super, super challenging and unrealistic. But here, just having these things in our knowledge, our understanding, that can be super empowering for us. With the King of Pentacles, that's us. That's us shining through in the minor arcana. And this new moon is in Capricorn. So this is our new moon. This is our little, I want to say our little baby here. It's like it's connecting with us. It's telling us to go inside of yourself, embrace your heart, look at what it is that you want. Don't let, frustrations take over, calm things down, release what is no longer needed in your life. Things that we have been thinking about, milling over, that they just don't have a place anymore. There's not a space for it. And Spirit's like, okay, it's time to let it go. With the Four of Swords, rest, but embrace your power. Embrace your power. This is going to be a time where we see ourselves embracing a very powerful being and almost stepping into a role that we might never have imagined for ourselves. So let's see here what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a snowflake in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on the 1st of February. Do not be scammed by anybody contacting you in the comment box. It will not be me. All the information will be in that video, so good luck to everyone. And if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. So let's see what Spirit has to say. We have beautiful reverse. Okay, so we're being a little bit practical, which is totally fine. It's very much in our Capricorn way of being. But Capricorn, we need the beautiful things. And we need not to forget about the beautiful things. So here with beauty, that is going to be very important to us. Beauty reverse, the beautiful reverse, is that we're being so practical. We're being so, you know, it should be like this or it should be like that. And spirit's like, let it be beautiful. Let it be beautiful. When you're looking at something, say what is beautiful to me. What sings to my heart. Even when you're okay. So I just got rose tea. That's one of my favorite teas. Just rose buds. You can buy them, right? And you put them in tea. And to me, the way I describe it tasting is it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. And spirit is showing rose tea, a steaming cup of rose tea. And it's just saying, have beautiful things filling your life and filling your soul. And that's going to be so important. So being aware of that is going to be a really powerful thing. I love floral teas like rose tea, lavender tea. I mean, hibiscus is really good for you. That one takes a little bit more working sometimes, I think, to really like start to love. But yeah, so fill yourself with beautiful things and fill your body with beauty as well. Let's see what. Yeah, but hibiscus tea is supposed to be so good for you. Let's see what spirit has to say. In our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Here we have rebirth. This is the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches below our feet. And we are going to see ourselves being reborn. We're going to see ourselves transforming. There is something that's going to happen around the 11th of January. It could be a little bit before, a little bit after, where we start to see ourselves transforming in a certain way, stepping into a new state of being, a new way of understanding. The Earth Star chakra is also saying we're reborn as we connect to the earth. And that's going to be a very important thing. Let's see the energy we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Ooh, so this one right here, that's interesting. And that's interesting. Okay, I'm just going to do this because that's interesting here because it's the King and Queen of Cups coming through. And those were the ones that, like, a whole pile turned over, right? And the King of Cups was on top and the Queen of Cups was the one that jumped out. And spirits like these too. So this is a soulmate connection, a true love connection coming through, which might actually be a little bit toxic for us. Now, a soulmate connection, actually this isn't necessarily going to be a soulmate connection because we do have the King of Cups reversed. Now, it can be that we're not seeing a certain soulmate connection. And I do see us being a little bit more inclined during this time to take on a relationship that really follows a lot of wounds that we've been through, a lot of hurts, a lot of pains, a lot of disappointments, a lot of toxicity, a lot of chaos. So do be mindful about that. Also be mindful about emotional manipulation. Like somebody will try to get the better of you kind of when you're down or when you're just trying to be nice. So just be aware of this during this time. I do see somebody, they tend to like, their yelling is like barking, and I don't know how else to describe that, but it's coming through very rapid fire. Now I'm seeing it like it could be one of two ways, and it's going to be an extreme either one. It's either high pitch, like I would see this more as feminine fighting or yelling, but it doesn't have to be, but very high pitch, kind of quick type of yelling. And then I see a deeper one where it's like like sorry for doing that, but a deeper bark, a deeper sense of energy moving forward. So just be mindful about that. Be mindful of emotional manipulation during this time because you don't need it. Okay, so let's talk about this time astrologically speaking. The 11th of January is the new moon in Capricorn. It's at 20 degrees, 44 minutes of Capricorn. Now, during this time, just be aware because we have Mars energy coming through. And here we have Mars out of bounds till the 23rd of January, which means that we are more sensitive in our emotions. We're tending towards the extremes. With the Emperor reversed, that's going to be very natural for us to tend to the extremes of emotions. And Spirit is like, hey, listen, ground yourself, stabilize yourself, see yourself here, because the extremes of the emotions can come forward. Because we have the Emperor energy reverse, we're going to be very vulnerable to that, or we can easily have our temper kind of get the better of us, which we would regret later on. But here it's better to not let it happen in the first place. So just being mindful of that energy during this time is going to be very important. We also have the dwarf planet Eris moving stationary direct at 24 degrees of Aries, which brings justice and truth really to the forefront of our being, of our mind. We want things to be fair. We want things to be just. We're releasing a lot of toxicity, a lot of things that have held us back mentally. So in the mental sphere, you're going to see that you start to look at things very differently than you have before. There was almost a sense of like you held an albatross around your neck. You held this weight, this anchor was weighing you down. And now you're going to see you're letting it go. You're looking at things differently. You're looking at yourself differently. And that's going to be moving you forward more and more, Capricorn, to the place that you want to be, to what you want to discover about yourself, to what feels right for you. Now, Pluto is at 29 degrees of Capricorn, and this is until the 20th. And this is very, very, very important for us because whenever, I forget what it's called astrologically speaking, I think it starts with an A, but don't quote me on that. There's, when something is 29 degrees, okay, of a sign, it's amplified. So this brings the less positive aspect of Capricorn to the forefront. Since we are Capricorn energy, okay, we already have Capricorn flowing through our veins. When the less positive energy comes forward, that lower base vibrational energy is going to be easier for us to trip over. And, here on this earthly plane, we would like to think, oh, I've really, kind of evolved away from that. But we can all be struck down. Like we can all have that negative energy seep in. We can get sick. We can have a cold. We can feel icky. We can have a headache. And our lower energy vibration comes in and spirit's like, not spirit, but the lower vibrational energy of the world. It's like, yes, okay, now I got you. Now I got you right where I want you, feeling crabby and overwhelmed and, too much is on your plate. So just be mindful about this during this time, Capricorn, because you're such a beautiful energy. I mean, seriously, such a beautiful energy, such a practical, down to earth, real. I love the pragmatism of it all. It's kind of like when I think of a Capricorn energy, I always think of like that lovely sweater that you put on in winter. That's warm. It's practical. It's lovely. It just makes you feel really good, right? And that's the type of energy here that we have, and we need to utilize that because we might look at ourselves and say, oh well, I'm not the sweater covered in glitter that you can only wear once or twice, or you wear on New Year's type of thing. But I am this staple classic piece, and embracing that within ourselves is going to be a very powerful thing. And I just see that as being beautiful. And, during this time, we can kind of want to break out and say, oh, but I want to be more like XYZ. And that's fine. But also knowing who we are and knowing what we love and really embracing the classicness of us all is beautiful. It just is beautiful. So here, there is just that sense of beauty and elegance to you, Capricorn. I also see that energy very much also in Taurus energy. Earth sign energy, yes. Virgo can kind of go off its own path a little bit more. So just really seeing that energy come forward, I think it's just timeless. It's elegant. It's gorgeous. Now, during the year of 2024, during this year, we want to build. Okay, we want to build our lives in a way that is an energy vibrational alignment with ourselves. So we're being asked, what do you want to build? But we're also starting this year with knowing that we want to build something. We want to create, cultivate, engineer something bigger, better, more than we had realized before. This is also going to be a time where we're looking at things and we're also finding the joy in simplicity. And that's also from the fact that Mars is powering the dwarf planet Ixion. Okay, and we have Mars energy reversed here. So just being aware that when Mars powers anything for us and that energy comes forward, it's going to be a bit intense. So being aware of that during this time, super important. But it's finding the joys in simplicity. It's simple joys that are going to be making up our lives. All right. And with Mars powering the dwarf planet Ixion in Capricorn, we're really being asked, are we living by the right rules for us? Now, this isn't talking about culturally, this isn't talking about the law or anything like that, but what you have set out for yourself, the guidelines, the rules that you live by and adhere to, kind of like your morals. Are they right for you? Are you proving something, or are you doing something that is right for your soul, your energy, yourself? Or are you proving it to somebody else? So that's going to be a very important thing during this time. And we see that here with almost a sense of not being able to rest, this restlessness. It's like, if I spend too long looking at me, will I like what I see? And we might say, absolutely yes. Like I'm very happy with my choices. And sometimes we might say, no, I wish I would have done XYZ differently. And seeing those things, but also knowing, we can't change the past, but we can embrace the present with love and joy and harmony. That's going to be absolutely amazing for us. The new moon is trine Uranus, which is very inspiring for our future. It's just this real sense of the King of Pentacles energy coming in. We're embracing our prosperity, our success, what we love, the Page of Cups, opening our hearts, releasing so much negativity, hurt, pain, disappointments to have us come forward. Now, Mars is trine Jupiter, which is very enthusiastic, go-getting energy coming forward. Again, just being mindful whenever Mars shows up during this time that it can come in a little bit too intense, like a little bit too like tough guy type of energy here. So just being aware of that is going to be super important for us as well. Mercury is conjunct the galactic center. This is huge. This is also very, very beautiful. So Mercury is the messenger, it is the mind, and this is aligned with the cosmic mind. So we are going to be getting a lot of information. We're going to be downloading a lot of information from spirit, and this is going to be a time for us where we really connect with that energy, we connect with that insight, and we start to see ourselves building, growing, becoming, embracing ourselves more and more, and standing in our energy more and more. And we're just going to be asked during this time as we're looking at things. We're good with the practical, we're good with the planting of the seeds and kind of like the tending of the garden. But spirit is saying here, be a student of your heart, be a student of what your inner child longs for and is looking for during this time. And just that sense of connecting with your heart, because remember, if you have water sign energy in your chart, it's going to be teaching you a heck of a lot during this time. And even if you have water sign energies in your life, lots of lessons coming forward. There's just a sense of beautiful teaching and beautiful connecting. Now, what's really cool is the new moon is squared the North Lunar Node. And the North Lunar Node is the collective soul. So we're becoming more grounded in our collective soul, in the universal energy of the collective soul, which is really cool. Now, Saturn is sextile Jupiter. Now, we are ruled by Saturn, which is fantastic. And when it's sextile Jupiter, there is very positive energy moving forward for our finances, good abundance coming in, and really building our business, building where we want to be. And we can see that with the King of Pentacles. We're very prosperous, we're very, goal oriented, and we're moving forward in that way. Now, here's the kind of interesting element to 2020 to this new moon in January 2024. We have the dwarf planet Gungkung coming through. And this is conjunct Saturn. Again, we are ruled by Saturn. So again, this is amplified. Gungkung is linked to flooding. We can see flooding in the world. When we turn on the news, we can see flooding in different places. So just be mindful about that. That would be linked to Gungkung. But we're also going to see this flooding in our day-to-day lives. This alignment can bring an overwhelming sense of constriction. And this is not just going to be in our day-to-day lives, but also in the psychic and emotional energy that's coming to us. And we can just feel like I'm supposed to be moving forward, transforming in a different way, setting forward, like moving forward in a different way. But again, overwhelming constriction. So we need to be mindful about this. We don't like to be constrained. Now, be it Capricorn, our sign is a little bit more attuned, apt to being constrained by rules than other signs are. However, we do not like it. We do not want to be boxed in by really things that aren't our decisions or aren't working towards our long-term goal. So be mindful about this. The floodgates will open during this time. We will be seeing things with a new sense of power, but it's almost like the floods have to leave in order to see the land fertilized, right? So just think of the Nile's flooding patterns. That's going to be very important here. Okay, let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. So what's interesting here is that with the 10 of Swords reversed, we're releasing a lot of chaotic negative energy. We're releasing a lot of doubts and fears and really that energy that has us being in our own head. We're not seeing ourselves fully transformed from it. We're moving away from it. It can kind of sneak up on us again because reversed energy, it's just not going to be as clear cut as we want it to be. And fear is coming forward. So knowing here that as we're releasing a lot of negative energy, we have fear coming forward and it's having us question ourselves and where we want to be, how we're moving. Hold to your vision. Hold to what it is that you want, and hold to what it is that you see for yourself in this time, in this space, and in this place. Because it's time for us to believe in the impossible. We have here with the King of Pentacles, we have blossoming reverse. We feel like we're not truly blossoming into ourselves, or we're not stepping into that power the way that we thought we would be. But believing in the impossible, looking at ourselves and seeing and really saying to ourselves, look how far we've come, look how much we've overcome, look at where we stand. And that's going to be a game changer for us. Take time to breathe out. Now, this is reversed over the Four of Swords. We're not taking time to heal ourselves and to connect with ourselves. We're going to be pushing. Spirit's like, listen, ground and stabilize you. Take time to breathe out. Take time to focus. And then power coming in with the full moon reverse. We're not going to feel as powerful as we want to if we don't rest, if we don't rejuvenize our battery, if we don't move forward in a loving, healing way. So really making healing and a connection with our soul a priority is going to be a big deal. The Emperor reverse has bring love into the situation reversed as it does resistance. So during this time, we are having trouble bringing love into the situation. We might not think it is as practical as we would like it to be, or we're looking at things and we feel more constrained for one reason or another. If we look at our power, now, I don't like to say, negative masculine energy, because I feel like that's thrown around a lot. And masculine energy is beautiful. Feminine energy is beautiful. We have a lot to learn in our world and as human beings. So we bring our own trauma to it. So just understanding that like one energy isn't bad and one energy isn't good, but they both have their purpose and their beauty and their way of working together. So it's really embracing our sacred masculine energy during this time. We might be having a bit of difficulty with it. We might be having a difficulty, a sense of difficulty really claiming our power and our passion, our determination, our insight, our focus. Spirit is saying what we're going to think is the right way to handle that is to kind of be more physically proactive towards things. And Spirit's like, no, bring love into the situation, which is going to be kind of the last thing that we think of doing. And just be resilient. So there's a resilience to our soul that's going to be moving us forward. That's very much like wildflowers growing. You can put down weed killer, you can pull them up, you can do all these things. And it's like, oh my gosh, they keep on coming back. So here, having that resilience, sitting there and saying there is beauty in what will not be beaten down. And there's going to be that beauty within ourselves. And it's embracing the more kind of masculine way of showing that beauty and of embracing ourselves and saying, this is what I need and this is what I want. It's also embracing sacred masculine energy in our lives. If we've had a hard time with masculine energy in our existence and we think, oh, well, it's just bullying and upsetting, just like if we've had a hard time with feminine energy in our existence, it's just bullying and upsetting, then we're going to have a hard time embracing that and fully stepping into it. And this is going to be a time for us where we need to be a student of that, but also to come to ourselves just fully with love and saying, I love you. I see you. I'm here for you. I totally get who you are, even if at times I don't understand it. And that can seem like a silly thing to say to ourselves, but it's not. We're complicated. And sometimes we act reactionary off of things that we might not even remember in the forefront of our brain. Look at the bigger picture, but also luck is on your side. There is the Page of Cups, being a student of your heart, being a student of what you love. Be discerning about the energy that you let in. Look at the bigger picture. Take a step back. We're going to get really focused on the details of things or on the minutia of everything, and that's fine, but it's going to keep us from our bigger vision. And Spirit's like, no, step back. Look at the bigger picture. Look at what you want. Look at what you're going for. That's super important. Our subconscious spirit message is celestial. You are affected way more by the stars, by solar flares, by the movement of the tides than you think you are, Capricorn. And just being aware of that, just knowing that you are a being connected on this earth, and the movement of the earth and the seasons of the earth, they have an effect on you. It's a beautiful thing. We like to think that we're humans. We're not animals, right? We're humans, but humans are animals. We might be very advanced, like, we might have a lot of tools and ability to figure things out, but we are still part of this earth, and we need to respect that. It moves us to our subconscious chakra message, which is soul's healing. And this is the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches above the crown. And there's a real need here to slow it down and heal. we're just going to think, I have to push forward, I have to push forward. But we have that beautiful grounding energy of the Earth Star Chakra coming through. Now we have the crowning energy, well, above the crowning energy, located 6 inches above the crown of the Soul Star Chakra. Let that healing energy come down on us and let us connect with that beautiful energy of healing of the sun. And if we can, either getting outside, being in the sunlight, especially first thing in the morning, or being by a window if we don't have the accessibility to be outside, or it's just too cold, embracing that is going to be really important. It moves us to our energy to be mindful of, and it's the 8 of Cups. Be mindful of walking away from something you once thought you would love, like just kind of be like, nope, it's not right, and walking away. It's going to be a lot easier for us to walk away than to try and mend things. And yeah, don't walk away too soon. Okay. Don't stay in an abusive situation. That's not what Spirit is saying at all. But there's something here where we're going to get frustrated and be like, that's it, I'm done, I'm out. And it's just going to be rash. There are other times where people can think, oh, wow, that was a really rash decision and you've been thinking about it forever. So it's not. But just be aware of this. Our subconscious tarot message is the 6 of Wands reversed. We're having difficulty celebrating ourselves. We're having difficulty, really embracing our own energy and holding our heads up high and saying, I'm proud of me. And we shouldn't be. We shouldn't be. Here with the 6 of Wands, celebrate you, see your worth, see your power, see your prosperity, and absolutely embrace it, because that's a really important thing and it's a really good thing. Our subconscious spirit message is you are very, not spirit message, but Luna message is you are very close to achieving your goals. Acceptance. There's an acceptance of ourselves during this time. And we are very close to achieving our goals, to seeing the bigger picture, kind of the way that we've envisioned it, and really embracing our energy and ourselves and honoring who we are in a way that is extraordinary. Okay. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. Wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in. Oh, and just remember that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Capricorn, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.